Google Ads versus Facebook ads for law firms. Which one actually gets you cases at cheaper cost? Before I begin this video, let me tell you in an ideal world, you should be doing both Google Ads as well as social media ads. Most law firm marketing conversations eventually come down to one question: should I do Google Ads or should I do Facebook ads? In this video, I'm going to give you the honest breakdown, what each platform does well, where each one falls apart, and which one I would pick if I had a very limited budget and needed cases come in at cheaper costs. So, who am I? Why should you listen to me? My name is AJ. Over the past year, I have generated over 5 million in tracked revenue for my clients, and my clients' portfolio includes construction companies, agencies, law firms, but I am now entirely focused on law firms, specifically smaller law firms, solo attorneys, or law firms with 2 to 5 attorneys who can't outspend big players but still need a reliable way to bring in cases. That's the context I am coming from. Everything I'm about to tell you comes from actual running campaigns with real budgets, not theory. So, what Google Ad actually is? What is Google Ads? So, Google is essentially a demand capture tool. That's its entire job. Someone has a problem, they know they have a problem, they go to Google, they type it in. Google shows them ads from firms, your firms, who paid to appear for that search. That's the whole model, that's the whole game. Let me show you three examples of three different practice type. Suppose you are an individual from Canada. You receive an IRCC letter request for additional documents, or your visa get refused. You are confused, you are in panic mode. What do I do now? You immediately hop onto Google, you type in immigration lawyer and your city name, and Google shows immigration firms, and hopefully you book consultations and they help you out. Similar with personal injury, car accident happens, medical treatment begins, insurance company calls. You go to Google, you type your problem and your location, or you just use the word near me. Google shows injury firms who paid to appear on that search, and you book consultations. Same with criminal defense. So the intent signal sounds perfect for legal, and it is. When someone types immigration lawyer Toronto into Google, they are not browsing, they are ready, they want help right now. That's as clean as intent signal as advertising gets. Someone gets charged with impaired driving on Friday night. By Saturday morning, they are on Google searching for criminal defense lawyer. They are in crisis mode. They need someone today. And Google puts your firm right in front of their eyeballs. That's the Google job, and it's doing pretty good. Google captures people who are already looking for your services. If your practice area has high urgency, for example, criminal defense, personal injury, immigration emergencies, and someone is in that state of moment, Google gets you in front of them. That's the whole playbook for Google Ads. As we all know things about life, something which is so perfect has certain costs attached to it. And the same thing is with Google Ads. Sounds so perfect, but now you will see why it's so expensive also. Here is where Google stops being Mr. Perfect. The intent is great, the cost is not. A single click on competitive legal keyword in Canada runs between $50 to $200. Not a lead, a click. Someone who may or may not fill out a form or call you, may or may not be qualified, may or may not answer the phone. $200 for one person to land on your website, and that person closes the tab in 4 seconds. Small immigration firm in Toronto with 3,000 monthly ad budget. That's roughly 15 to 20 clicks a day from Google on a good day. Meanwhile, they are bidding against immigration firms spending upwards of 20 to 30K a month on that exact same keywords. Google's algorithm does not care about your creative, it does not care about your messaging, it does not care about your 15 years of experience. Uh, Okay, it does care, but the main needle mover is going to be your budget. And I'm going to put it like this, that's it. It cares about your bid. Bigger the bid gets better placement. That's the entire game. I've spoken to firms that were burning through 3K monthly budget in under 2 weeks on Google and had two consultations to show for it. Not two signed cases, two consultations. The math on it, it's brutal. Google is essentially a budget war. Small firms cannot win a budget war against PI mills and large regional practices with marketing departments with 50K monthly budgets. Let me show you a picture. So this is how Google Ads work. Google Ads equals budget war. You got your cute little 3000 monthly ad budget, which is going to get you nothing. Not nothing. It will get you some bogus leads. You got 3K and you're competing against someone who is ready to spend 30K. Even if you have better messaging, better creatives, better reputation, and a 15 years of experience, if you don't appear in front of people who need your services, it's pointless. And Google is not going to push you because you simply do not have the budget. That's a game. It's sad, unfortunate, I know, but that's a game. What Facebook actually does for law firms? Well, someone just got charged, just got in an accident, or maybe got a deportation notice. They are on Google within the hour. The moment is real and Google captures it well. But that's not how every individual on this planet functions. There are other kinds of people too with a different conditions. The immigration client who knows their work permit expires in 4 months, or the person who has been separated 6 months and they know they need to formalize it. The person who got second DUI last week knows they will need a lawyer but hasn't committed yet. Intent is there. It's not at boiling point. Google can't reach them because they haven't simply searched for anything. But that's the beauty. They might have not searched anything on Google, but they are definitely on social media and scrolling. This is where Facebook slash Instagram reaches those people directly. Direct response lead generation ads that speaks to your client, that is your leads, to their specific situation and get them to raise hand that yes, I need your service. And here's where Facebook does something Google simply cannot. Google gives you text link. Essentially, it gives you text link, a headline, a description, a URL, basically bunch of text on the screen. This is the entire creative canvas. Facebook gives you video, a visual aid, image, carousels, an attorney on camera for 60 seconds, explaining what happens after an impaired driving charge in Ontario. It's not an ad for the viewer, it's an evidence. They know what they're talking about, evidence they are approachable, evidence they understand exactly what the viewer is going through. By the time someone books a consultation through Facebook, trust is already built halfway, considering you have made a pretty good creative. Trust is already built halfway. Static image ads add another layer. Direct callouts to specific situations, specific fears, specific questions the prospect is already asking themselves. Target them with different formats, different angles, same lead generation objective. Like, do not use awareness and all that shit. Stick to lead generation. Meta's algorithm is so good, it figures out which creative resonates with which person and it optimizes accordingly. Google captures like 10% at peak urgency. And by the way, I came up with this 10% because I can. Facebook captures the 90% where intent exists but hasn't peaked yet, hasn't reached the boiling stage. And unlike Google, Facebook lets you build trust before the first conversation ever happens. In legal, this is not a small thing. This is the difference between a prospect who shows up skeptical and the one who already knows why they called you on the first place, because they have consumed your content, they have watched your reels, they have watched your ads, they have watched your posts on your social media. They know how you look, they know how you talk if you have used video ads. So this is the trade off with Facebook. You might not get as strong signal, but you get to build a personal brand, which helps you close them at a much cheaper cost, given the fact that you have nailed the other parts of the Facebook ads well. This is a person who knows he has a problem, but he isn't taking action right now. This person is kind of like me. He is scrolling Facebook slash Instagram, and Meta knows that this guy has problem. So Meta starts showing ads of your firms to him. And what are the ads? The ads which talks about how your firm is different from the tens of thousands of firms which already exist. How your firms is like your ad is talking about the importance of acting fast, the consequences of delayed action, and all these angles. You are hitting that this person with different angles, the consequences of delay, the benefits and importance of acting fast, and maybe you come up with a offer like free lead magnet of that sort. You educate them, you build trust, and hopefully this guy, after watching bunch of your ad and content, he books a call, and then you hopefully close them. That's the entire Facebook gameplay. I'm not going to pretend Facebook is perfect, just like I'm not going to pretend Google was perfect. Raw Facebook leads are generally lower quality than Google leads. Think about it. On Google, someone is actually typing the keyword and looking for the firms. The intent is on just another level. Now compare that to someone who is on Facebook watching funny cat memes and then gets interrupted by your firm ads. Obviously, there is going to be a dilution of intent. So, a law firm runs Facebook ads, and most of them they do not have any qualification layer. They use generic forms, basic questions, no filtering at all. Everybody can be a lead for them. Lead comes in and and guess what? Wrong jurisdiction. They are looking for free legal advice and they are not serious about hiring your attorneys. Firm concludes Facebook doesn't work, Facebook is trash. And from their experience, they are right. Facebook is trash because without a qualification system, Facebook delivers volume, not quality. A firm once came to me after running Facebook ads for 3 months on their own. They had 140 leads and 4 consultations booked, but they signed zero cases. The problem was not the platform. The problem was that every single lead went directly to the attorney with zero filtering. The attorney was doing the intake, qualification, and legal work simultaneously. There was no system. The lead quality issue on Facebook is the system problem, not a platform problem. Basically, what happens, all the lead went to that attorney. It basically wasted its billable hours. And the fix is quite simple, yet not quite simple. It's a qualification layer. Practice area specific forms that asks the right kind of questions, an intake process that filters serious prospect from tire kickers before anyone reaches the attorney, and immediate follow up once the lead comes in within minutes, not hours, so the lead doesn't go cold. When the system exits, Facebook lead quality is competitive with Google at the fraction of the cost per acquisition. Let me tell you that what I mean by all this. It might have seemed a bit complex, but let me explain you. So you will be running targeted creatives, image ads, video ads, which has a specific case a specific message, or sorry, practice specific message, which your ideal customer resonates with. They watch your ads, then they go to their landing page, your landing page, or you are using a simple form. They go to the form, you collect initial information, and you do the initial checking of intent, whether they want your services or not, and hopefully they want. They move to the second process, basically an intake system, either a human intake specialist or AI intake assistant, which contacts lead within minutes through phone calls, SMS, WhatsApp, or maybe all. Then it does case evaluation. You ask practice area specific questions. You ask about jurisdiction, type of matter, timeline, seriousness about hiring, financial expectations, conflict check, and other criteria you have in your firm. And assuming that it's a qualified, boom, they meet with the attorney. Their consultations get booked, and there is a show up system. You installed a show up system which sends frequent reminders to the prospect that hey, you got a meeting coming up. Keep these documents ready with you when you hop on the meeting. Like, this is the system you have to install to nail down Facebook ads to make it work. Let's assume that the lead is not qualified. It doesn't fit our criteria. Then what happens? You either disqualify them straight away, saving your attorney's billable hours, or you can refer them elsewhere, or you can place them into a nurture sequence if they are not serious right now, but they might convert in future. By this way, you saved your attorney's billable hours, and you saved him from wasting his time. So that's how you make Facebook ads work. You add a qualification layer. If you're just going to run a Facebook ads and you're going to assume that it's going to produce you quality cases, I'm sorry to break your fantasy world, but it's not how it's work. You have to put in efforts. You have to set systems like this. You have to set up intake system, follow up system, and you have to nail down your ads messaging that resonates with the right kind of people, so that the right kind of people raises their hands like, hey, I need your service, I'm interested. Then you go out there and you do the basic intake, like, okay, you need my services, let me ask you a few questions. So what is this jurisdiction? Are you serious about like doing a financial investment? Because hiring an attorney involves financial investment. You do this basic intake stuff, you collect documents before the actual consultations. That's the behind the scenes for making Facebook ads work. And when you dial all this in, you are going to produce cases at much cheaper cost than Google. So which one to use when? So this is not an either or decision. They solve different problems. The debate always get framed as Google versus Facebook, and that's how you stay broke. Because it's not about choosing one. A firm with 10k monthly budget trying to compete in Toronto personal injury on Google will run out of money before they generate a single qualified case. That same 10k on Facebook, though, with the right creative, right intake system, right follow up system, will generate consultations consistently. But a firm in lower competition practice area with even a 15k monthly budget, which is on the lower end by the way, might run both Google for high intent searches and Facebook for relationship building, brand awareness, and retargeting. The platform choice follows the budget and the market, not the other way around. Here's a simple decision framework: limited budget plus competitive market, go with Facebook, no debate. Established budget plus lower competition keywords in your area, consider doing both. Want to build a recognizable brand and reach clients before competitors do? Facebook, regardless of the budget. And ideally, if you have every If you have good budget and you are, doesn't matter, you are in high competition, low competition keyword area, you should do both. For most small law firms, by small law firms I mean 2 to 5 attorneys, 10 to 15K monthly marketing budget, you should go with Facebook. Hands down, Facebook with a proper intake system is better starting point. That is not an opinion, that is the math. And that's the video. I will guys see you in the next one.